Some people think the Greeks hold a monopoly on philosophy, but like the birds and the bees, everyone does it. So, what's Jewish philosophy?
Jewish philosophy in general is very much concerned with the Bible and the question of creation and the question of what kind of God is God.
Lior Batnitsky is Associate Professor of Religion at Princeton University. When it comes to Jewish philosophers, the most famous by far is medieval Rabbi Moses Maimonides. He thought a lot about the nature of God.
Maimonides was very concerned about the question of anthropomorphism in the Bible. There are many descriptions of God as if God is a human personality. God gets angry, God has all kinds of feelings, God loves the people. And for Maimonides, this was extremely disturbing. And he argued that all people had to understand that God couldn't be spoken about like you speak about a person. That's absolutely central.
Solomon ibn Gabirol, an 11th century Jewish philosopher who most people have never even heard of, had a large influence on Christian thinkers, including Thomas Aquinas.
His main argument was that you couldn't really separate spirit from matter. In a general sense, this idea really led to the separation between theology and philosophy, ultimately. This argument that you don't have to talk about God in transcendent terms, or you don't have to talk about reality in transcendent terms.
It was Jewish philosophers who carried the torch of Greek and Arab thought to Europe.
Solomon ibn Gabirol is the person who really is credited with bringing Islamic philosophy into Christian thought, not just into Jewish thought. Maimonides as well is very influenced by Muslim philosophers.
The connection between Jewish philosophers and the Islamic world, even into fairly modern times, seems surprising given today's headlines.
Almost all modern Jewish philosophers, with a couple of exceptions, argued that Judaism was much closer to Islam than it was to Christianity. In fact, when modern Jewish philosophers wanted to argue that Judaism was a rational religion, they compared Judaism to Islam. Not only that, but the study of Islam, the academic study of Islam, at least in Germany, was pioneered by Jewish thinkers.
One of the best-known modern Jewish philosophers was Martin Buber, who died in 1965. His big contribution to philosophy involves concepts called the I-thou and I-it relationships.
Basically, his idea is that we can understand people as objects or as subjects. When we understand them as objects, that's an I-it relationship. We understand other people in an instrumental way. We use them for something. But the more authentic way of being is in our relationship with other people, and he calls that the I-thou or the I-you relationship. And he claims that this is the relationship with God. In relation with other people, we experience our relationship to God.
We can't talk about modern Jewish philosophy without talking about the Holocaust. Emmanuel Levinas, who died in 1995, tackled the Holocaust through a philosophical lens.
For him, the question is, after the Holocaust, how can philosophy talk about morality? I mean, he starts off one of his main works, Totality and Infinity, with the question of, have we been duped by morality? And for Levinas, that's really the philosophical question, not just for Jews, but for everybody.
According to Batnitsky, the nature of God is central to Jewish philosophy.
I think that question about God and God's relationship to the human being in many ways is this question of transcendence. What does transcendence mean philosophically? What does immanence mean philosophically? In that sense, I think that's a contribution of Jewish thought or Jewish philosophy to philosophy. Now, is it particularly Jewish more so than Christian or, say, Islamic? I think the answer there, and this is the answer that lots of Jewish philosophers give, is, well, Judaism is the original.
For Philosophy Talk, I'm Polly Stryker.